A few years ago, I saw a video of a British couple who were allowing their 4-year-old boy to dress as a girl. In their words, they were raising him to be gender neutral. But that's not raising, is it? Instead, we have arrived at a point on the liberal road that traditionalists and conservatives have warned about for so long that we have forgotten when it was first warned against. Liberalism believes in the autonomous individual, someone who is self-made, free to invent themselves, free to choose everything about themselves. So this trend fits in perfectly with the greater aims of liberalism. After all, if you can choose your religion or nationality, why shouldn't you be able to choose your own gender? And there is why we should reject the idea of gender. You and I are not social constructs. We are biological creatures. Therefore, we have a sex. We are either male or female, and we are unable to choose which, as biology has made that decision for us. But to liberalism, being unable to choose your own destiny is not freedom, and freedom without restraint is at the very heart of liberalism. So while I and nearly every other person thinks that the parents of that 4-year-old boy are bad parents, and they are the future of liberalism. Bad parenting is the future of liberalism, because good parenting involves raising children, it involves setting limits, it involves discipline and saying no. Those things are slowly being removed from parents by government. In some countries, it is already illegal to spank your children. Many parents do not want to be the bad guy. They want their children to like them. If you raise your own children, you might do something that makes them not like you. Better to let them raise themselves, to let children set their own limits. However, children hate this. Sure, they might like the idea, but they hate the reality, because they are not capable of living in such a world. They are children. The world of a child is small. As adults, we can forget that, but even travelling a few streets away from where you live can seem like an alien place, a place of adventure, or scary. To you and I, that's not true, but we're adults. Children need to be exposed to the world little by little. They do not need to be exposed to the adult world. They need stability and certainly not confusion. But being told that they can choose their own gender is not stability, nor is it certainty. And you think to yourself, well, that's their business how they raise their child. It doesn't affect me, but it will. When that child attends childcare or school, your child will be expected to treat them not as freaks, which is sadly what the parents have made him, but it's just another child who one day is a boy and the next a girl, and that's perfectly normal. Except it's not perfectly normal. It's weird, but neither you or your child is allowed to notice. Your child is being lied to, and they are never allowed to say so. Neither are you. This affects all of us. It is not just some freaky parents. It is about making us say things what we know both to be untrue and ridiculous. In communist countries, people were required to say things that they knew to be untrue. It destroys people's belief in themselves. Once you have publicly said something that you know to be false, then how do you continue to believe in your own integrity? How do you trust your neighbour's integrity when you've heard him say something that you both know is untrue? This isn't about freedom, because the freedom of liberalism is slavery. You are free to be anything you want as long as you betray who you really are. A boy is free to become a girl, and then we must all lie and agree. That's not freedom. The freedom of liberalism is a lie.